Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman.
Yes, it's Superman, strange visitor from the planet Krypton, who came to Earth with amazing physical powers far beyond those of mortal men, and who, disguised as Clark Kent, mild-mannered reporter for a great metropolitan newspaper, wages a never-ending battle for truth and justice. Today, in his guise of Clark Kent, Superman receives startling news from Robin, the young companion of the famous Batman, who, visibly upset, exclaims,
Batman is gone, Mr. Kent.
Gone? What do you mean, Robin?
I mean, he's gone, and I'm afraid we'll never see him again.
And now, the adventures of Superman. When Clark Kent, who is really Superman, received an urgent phone call from Robin, the young companion of the famous Batman, he hurried to the handsome mansion which the dynamic duo occupy in their true identities of Dick Grayson and Bruce Wayne. Kent found young Grayson greatly agitated. Just as Kent closed the door behind him, the youngster, choking back tears, exclaimed,
Batman's gone, Mr. Kent, and I'm afraid we'll never see him again. Oh, gosh, what'll I do, Mr. Kent? What'll I do?
First thing you must do, Dick, is pull yourself together and tell me exactly what happened.
I can't. I'm so worried I can't even think.
Nonsense, you've got to. Now, come on, son. What did you mean when you said Batman was gone and we'd never see him again?
Well, I mean he's gone. Forever.
Forever? He's not dead, is he?
I'm afraid he is.
Well, why do you say that?
Because he told me before he went away, if he didn't come back within a week, and if I didn't hear from him, I'd probably never see him again.
How long ago was that?
It was exactly 12 days ago.
I see. Did he tell you where he was going?
No, I asked him, but he said he couldn't tell me.
Well, that's rather unusual. I mean, for Batman not to tell you, isn't it?
It's the first time it ever happened.
Oh. Did he give you any idea why he was going away?
None at all. He just told me that something very important had come up. Something he just couldn't tell me about.
That's odd.
And then he said if he wasn't back inside of a week, he might never come back. Now I'm scared, Mr. Kent.
Take it easy, son. Take it easy. Look, were you and Batman working on any particular case when he went away?
No. For once, everything was nice and peaceful.
It was, eh?
Yes, that's why I can't understand it.
Did you question Alfred, your butler? Maybe Batman said something to him.
No, he didn't. I asked Alfred.
What about the police? Did you call Inspector Henderson?
Not yet, because I kept hoping Batman would show up.
I see.
And besides, he always told me if ever I was in trouble and he wasn't around, I was to call you.
Uh-huh. Well, obviously he knew he was going into something dangerous, or he wouldn't have said what he did. But what gets me is that he didn't leave some clue for one of us, just in case.
You'd think he'd do that. But I know he didn't because
Wait, Dick. Do you know where Batman keeps his private papers?
Yes, in a vault in his bedroom. Why?
Do you have a key to the vault?
It's a combination lock. I know the combination.
Good. Let's go up and have a look at this vault. It's just possible we'll find a clue there. Well, we've looked at everything except Batman's will, Dick. Unless there's something in that to give us a lead, I'll admit I'm stumped.
Might as well open it and see, Mr. Kent.
Yeah, I suppose so. Well, here goes. It's very short. I, Bruce Wayne, being of sound health and mind, declare this to be my last will and testament. Lists several charities he leaves a lot of money to, and I bequeath the bulk of my estate to my friend Richard Grayson. That's you.
Look, are you sure there isn't anything else in his will?
No, nothing that would give us a lead.
Oh, gosh, what'll we do, Mr. Kent?
I don't know. Somehow this just doesn't add up, Dick. I'm sure Batman wouldn't have walked out knowing he might never come back without leaving some tiny hint. Wait a minute. Maybe he couldn't. Didn't have time.
Didn't have time.
Look, where were you and Batman? I mean, the last time you saw him.
Right here. I was asleep in my room. He came in and woke me up.
Was he alone?
Sure. Wait a minute. I've been so upset I forgot about it.
Forgot about what?
I think there was somebody with him. Somebody who was standing right outside my door.
Can you remember who it was?
It was too dark to see well, but I think it was the same man Batman was talking to in the study.
When was this?
Earlier in the evening. Some man came to see Batman. He took him into the study downstairs.
I see. Did you get a look at him?
No, I was getting ready for bed when I heard the doorbell. Batman let him in, and then I heard their voices in the study.
Did you hear anything they said?
No, the study door was closed, you see, and I was pretty sleepy. So all I heard was a murmur of their voices.
I see. Then Batman disappeared that night.
Yes. And now I'm almost sure that man, whoever he was standing right outside my bedroom door when Batman said goodbye to me.
And that may be why Batman couldn't tell you any more at that time.
That's right.
Of course. Come on, Dick. Let's go down to the study. I want to have a look around there with you. Any luck, Dick? See anything odd, out of place?
No, Mr. Kent. I can't find anything in this room that wasn't here before.
I can't make this add up, Dick. Because I'm so sure Batman wouldn't have walked out without leaving us some hint. Wait a minute, what's this?
Oh, that's our recording machine. We use it to record important phone calls or some special radio programs.
I see. When's the last time you or Batman used it? Do you remember?
Well, sure. Time we were trailing the Umbrella Man.
Oh?
We expected him to call up and try and make a deal with us. He did, and the recording of his phone call helped us send him to jail.
Yes, I remember that story. That was several months ago.
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, you must have used it since then.
No, that was the last time. I remember because I put a new spool of recording wire on the machine just a day or two before Batman disappeared. And we had no occasion to use it since.
Well, there's something recorded on that new wire, Dick.
Huh? Holy smokes, is there?
Uh-huh. And this may be just what we're looking for.
What do you mean, Mr. Kent?
If the wire was blank a day or two before Batman disappeared, and now there's something recorded on it, it may mean Batman used the machine when he was with the stranger on the night he disappeared.
You mean Batman might have recorded something on the machine to tell us where he went?
Could be. Let's play the recording back and find out.
Eagerly, Clark Kent and Dick Grayson prepare to play back the recording. Will they hear anything that will give them a clue to the disappearance of the famous Batman? We'll be back in a moment to find out in the dramatic climax of today's episode. So keep listening. And now, back to the adventures of Superman. In the famous Batman study, Clark Kent and Dick Grayson, who is Robin, are about to play back a spool of wire discovered in a recording machine in an effort to find a clue to Batman's mysterious disappearance. Adjusting the machine, Kent calls out,
Okay, Dick. Turn it on.
Right, Mr. Kent. Here goes.
That's a strange request, Mr. Jones, you said your name was?
That's Batman, Mr.
Jones is right, Mr. Wayne. But strange or not, I insist that you come to my place with me now to discuss the matter.
Is that the man you heard with Batman that night, Dick?
Uh-huh.
Why can't we discuss it right here? Because, as I explained before, I prefer to discuss such an important matter in my own home, or in some neutral place, if you prefer. You think I might have spies around here, huh? Let's just say I prefer not to take chances. I see.
What are they talking about?
Quiet, Dick. We'll
Excuse
find
me,
out.
Mr. Jones. You don't want to take chances, but you don't hesitate to ask me to take them. You come here with some cock and bull story. It's not a cock and bull story, Mr. Wayne. I've told you the truth. Maybe. And maybe your name is Jones. But you must admit it sounds pretty fishy. I mean, telling me as little as you have and then asking me to go somewhere with you alone. How do I know you're not leading me into an ambush? Why should I? Well, I am pretty rich, you know. You may have some ransom idea in your head.
Gosh, listen.
That's sheer nonsense, Mr. Wayne, as you'll find out. But we're wasting time. Will you come to my place? Sorry, Mr. Jones. I'm not a coward, but neither am I a fool. You'll have to tell me more. And if I refuse? I don't go with you. I think you will, Mr. Wayne, because if you don't... Then what? Then I shall be compelled to reveal to the world that you, Bruce Wayne, are Batman. What's that?
Christopher Columbus.
Yes, Mr. Wayne. I will publicly reveal that you, Bruce Wayne, and the famous Batman are one and the same.
Shocked, Clark Kent and Dick Grayson stare at each other in wonder and dismay as the recording completes its playback. Who is the mysterious and threatening Mr. Jones who has somehow discovered the secret of Batman's double identity? The secret Batman cherishes as much as Clark Kent guards his own identity as Superman. And what has happened to Batman? Tomorrow, Kent and Robin receive an even greater shock. So don't fail to listen, fellows and girls. Be sure to tune in, same time, same station, for Chapter 2 of Batman's Great Mystery on The Adventures of Superman.
This program came from New York. Stay tuned to your mutual station for Captain Midnight, which follows in just a moment. And right after Captain Midnight, you will hear Tom Mix and his Ralston Straight Shooters. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.
Today, in his guise of Clark Kent, Superman and Robin hear a conversation between the missing Batman and a stranger on a wire recording and receive the shock of their lives.
I think you'll do as I say, Mr. Wayne, because if you refuse...
Yes? If I refuse...
then I will reveal to the world that you, Bruce Wayne, are Batman.
And now, The Adventures of Superman. Insisting that he was unable to explain, Batman told Robin, his young companion, that he was going away. And he added that if he failed to return after 1 week, Robin might never see him again. When 12 days went by and Batman failed to return, Robin summoned Clark Kent, who is really Superman. Together they searched for a clue to Batman's disappearance. And then, in a recording machine, Kent discovered a wire recording of a conversation between Batman and a mysterious man named Jones.
Holy smokes, Mr. Kent. Did you hear what that man said?
Yes, I did.
He knows Bruce is Batman.
So it seems.
How did he ever find that out?
I don't know, Dick. But it appears that somehow he did find it out, and he must have used that information to make Batman go away with him, under threat that he'd expose Bruce's double identity if he didn't.
Right, but who is he? How did he find out Bruce is Batman? Where did he take him?
You got me. All we know is that the man's name is Jones. Or is it?
Who knows? And even if it is, that's a pretty slim clue. There are only a couple of million people named Jones, you know.
Yeah, I know.
So where are we?
Oh, we're no place yet. Look, do you mind if I play this recording once again, Dick?
No, but what do you expect to get out
Well,
of
there
it?
was something vaguely familiar about the voice of that fellow Jones.
Gosh, do you think you know him?
No, not sure, but I think I've heard his voice before. I'm going to start the recording anyway. Please don't say anything until it's over, will you, Dick?
I'll make like a clam, Mr. Kent.
Okay, good. Here goes.
That's a strange request, Mr. Jones, you said your name was?
Jones is right, Mr. Wayne. But strange or not, I insist that you come to my place with me now to discuss the matter.
But why? Why can't we discuss it right here?
Because, as I explained before, I prefer to discuss such an important matter in my own home, or in some neutral place, if you prefer.
You think I might have spies around here, huh?
Let's just say I prefer not to take chances.
I see. You know, you amuse me, Mr. Jones. You don't want to take chances, but you don't hesitate to ask me to take them. You come here with some cock and bull story.
It's not a cock and bull story, Mr. Wayne. I've told you the truth.
Maybe. And maybe your name is Jones. But you must admit it sounds pretty fishy. I mean, telling me as little as you have and then asking me to go somewhere with you alone. How do I know you're not leading me into an ambush?
Why should I?
Well, I am pretty rich, you know. You may have some ransom idea in your head.
That's sheer nonsense, Mr. Wayne, as you'll find out. But we're wasting time. Will you come to my place?
Sorry, Mr. Jones. I'm not a coward, but neither am I a fool. You'll have to tell me more.
That's enough.
And if I refuse?
I don't go with you.
Well, do you recognize that guy Jones's voice? Do you know who he is?
Nope.
Oh, shucks.
But now I know definitely that I've heard his voice before, Dick. Oh, if only I could place him.
I'd like to place him, too, at the end of my fist.
Well, you may get that chance. Do you have a pair of shears, Dick?
Uh-huh. There's a pair right here in this drawer.
Will you please let me have them?
Sure, but what do you want them for?
I'm going to cut off the last 10 or 15 seconds of the recording wire, the part where Jones tells Bruce he's Batman.
But why?
Because I'm going to play this recording for several people. And I don't think Bruce would want them to learn his double identity, do you?
Oh, I should say not. Here are the shears.
Thanks.
Look, who are you going to play the recording for, Mr. Kent?
For the police department and for the staff at the Daily Planet. Maybe someone can help us identify Jones.
Swell idea.
Give me a hand with this spool of wire, please, Dick. We've got to work fast. Now, Mr. White, Lois, Jim, you too, Beanie, listen carefully to this recording of a conversation between Bruce Wayne and a man he calls Jones. I want you to see if you can recognize Jones's voice. All right, Dick, turn on the machine.
Here it goes, Mr. Kent.
Listen now, all of you.
That's a strange request, Mr. Jones, you said your name was?
Jones is right, Mr. Wayne. But strange or not,
Now, Inspector, if you and your men will listen carefully to this recording, one of you may be able to identify the mysterious Mr. Jones. Here it goes.
That's a strange request, Mr. Jones, you said your name was?
Jones is right, Mr. Wayne. But strange or not,
Well, nobody at either the police department or the Daily Planet recognized Jones's voice.
No.
Now, where do we go from here, Mr. Kent?
Gosh, I don't know, Dick. Let me think a minute, will you?
Go ahead. I'm afraid you'll have to do the thinking for both of us because I'm so upset my head just keeps going around in circles.
We only had some idea of what he wanted with Batman. And if only I could place his voice.
Yeah, if only.
Oh, say, listen, Dick. Inspector Henderson was going to have a fingerprint expert go over the study in your house. Have you heard from him yet?
Not yet. Do you want me to give him a ring?
No. Let's wait a little while, and then we... Oh, excuse me, will you? Clark Kent speaking. Oh, yes, Inspector. Did your fingerprint men turn up at... Oh. They didn't, eh?
I was afraid of that.
Yes, I'm listening. What? What did you say?
What's up, Mr. Kent?
Say that again, Inspector. Oh, no. But that's impossible.
What is it, Mr. Kent?
Just a minute, Dick. But I can't believe it. You did, huh? You're positive? I see. All right, thanks, Inspector. Yes, you bet we will. Right. So long.
What gives, Mr. Kent?
Plenty, but don't stop to ask questions now, Dick. Just come with me.
Where? What happened?
I'm not sure, but either Inspector Henderson has gone crazy or we have. Come on.
Grim-faced, Clark Kent hurries from his office, followed by the puzzled Dick Grayson. What amazing news did Kent receive from Inspector Henderson? We'll be back in a moment to find out, so keep listening. And now, back to the adventures of Superman. As we continue now, Clark Kent and young Dick Grayson, who is really Robin, have arrived at the Metropolis Auditorium, where a huge throng mills around the doors, trying to push their way into the already crowded building. There, Kent flashes his press card, and followed by Dick, is ushered into the auditorium to seats in the front row, directly below the empty flag-draped stage.
Will you please tell me what this is all about, Mr. Kent? Why are we here? What's going on?
This, Dick, is a mass meeting which was announced only this afternoon by an organization of selfish, bigoted people who oppose sending food and other help to Europe.
You mean the Marshall Plan?
Yes, that and any other plan to help war-torn nations.
Then what are we doing here? I don't want anything to do with a bunch of selfish mugs who don't want us to help those poor people.
Neither do I, Dick. But wait.
Nothing doing. I want out.
Now, wait a minute,
When
son.
Batman and I were in Europe, we saw people living like animals without anybody to care about
If you'll
them.
just listen a moment, Dick, I can
No,
tell you
I
what...
won't listen. I don't want any part of this meeting.
Now, look,
Besides,
don't
I've got to find Batman.
Please, wait a minute.
Excuse me, please.
Come here.
Let me out of
Dick,
here.
come back here and sit down.
I won't. Let me go.
Will you sit down? Batman is going to be here.
Batman? Here?
That's what Inspector Henderson said. The police department issued a permit for the meeting just before he called me. And get this. Batman is going to be the principal speaker.
What?
That's right. He's
Are
going to
you
be...
kidding? Why, Batman wouldn't breathe the same air as this rotten crowd.
Oh, no? Look.
Huh? What?
Look up there on the stage. Look who's walking out to speak.
Christopher Columbus. It is Batman.
His eyes bulging, Robin looks up at the tall figure in skin-tight costume, gloves, cape, and bat-like hood and mask, and recognizes his companion, Batman. Can it really be Batman who is out before the huge crowd to speak for a movement which he, Robin, Superman, and other prominent people have condemned as un-American and selfish? What can this mean? There are more surprises and thrills in tomorrow's exciting episode, fellows and girls, so be sure to listen. Tune in, same time, same station, for Chapter 3 of Batman's Great Mystery on The Adventures of Superman.
Superman is a copyrighted feature appearing in Superman DC Comics magazine and is brought to you Monday through Friday at this same time. This program came from New York. Stay tuned to your mutual station for Captain Midnight, which follows in just a moment. And right after Captain Midnight, you will hear Tom Mix and his Ralston Straight Shooters. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.